Hello, I'm Jared Gay with PWEA. In yesterday's update, I talked about the risks to physical safety that students and school staff were subjected to on Monday morning's icy commute due to Superintendent McDade's hesitation to implement her new, deeply unpopular Code Orange policy, as well as the school board's attempt to take credit for the pay raises that the state government provided to school employees, which go into effect on January 1st of 2024. Today, I'd like to talk about the school calendar that the school board just approved for next year. There are a few important facts that are often left out of this conversation. For one thing, the Commonwealth of Virginia mandates that school division calendars must comply with a minimum of 990 instructional hours for students, or 180 instructional days. What this means is that a school division can have fewer than 180 instructional days on their calendar so long as their instructional hours for the year are not below 990 hours. To do some quick math, to have an instructional calendar with 180 days on it, the instructional day could be as short as 5.5 hours. Or, another way of looking at it is that a school calendar with 990 instructional hours at 6 hours per day could have as few as 165 instructional days for the year. At 6.5 hours per day, it could have as few as 153, and at 7 hours per day, it could have as few as 142 instructional days for the year. So what I want the public to understand is that the school board and division leadership are effectively requiring students to attend school for a full 15 instructional days beyond what the state requires. It seems to me that a school division with an absentee student problem would have an interest in reducing the number of instructional days, especially since it would free up time for school employees to do all of the grading and lesson planning that they're no longer given adequate time to do during their contract hours due to the increasing duties, staffing shortages, meetings, and required professional development that PWEA has spoken about ad nauseum. And speaking of absenteeism, let me wrap up today's daily update by coming back to the Code Orange policy and pointing out that Fairfax County Public Schools announced a couple of weeks ago that, unlike Prince William County schools, they will not require teachers and students to hold virtual classes on snow days. I've lost count of how many parents have told us that they do not intend to have their children sign in to virtual classes on snow days. I would like to know how this policy is going to help the absentee student problem when our first couple of Code Orange days are likely to result in 1/3 of the division skipping school to do what children have always been given the grace to do on snow days: be children. This has been today's PWEA Daily Update. To the public, thank you for listening. And to our colleagues, solidarity.